Shalom, shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and the righteous men of great Millstone, who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. And salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men of Yasharallah, and the 1/3 men, women, and children of Yasharallah. Shalom. This is your brother Shamya, coming back at you one more time from the Great Millstone held in the Montana camp. We're going to jump right into it, okay? It's May the 24th, 2026, the year of apostates, agents, and sellouts, okay? I repeat, it's May the 24th, 2026, the year of apostates, agents, and sellouts, okay? Hey, summer is here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have, and here in Montana, we didn't have a winter, Akim. You know what I'm saying? This was one of the strangest, weirdest winters I have seen. The 10 years that I've been up here in Montana, I've never seen a winter like this. Like literally, the beginning of February of this year, man, the highs, it got into the 60s, the middle 60s. And some of those days in February of this year, it got a couple of 70s in there too. And this was in February in Montana. So you know, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is showing the signs. I mean, the weather patterns were just it was weird and very strange here in Helena, Montana. It's like I was able to do a lot of stuff this winter, Akim. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to like push myself to the extreme because we didn't have like a substantial amount of snow. You know what I'm saying? And then if it did snow, which we didn't really have no snow this winter, but when it did snow, it ended up melting because it was too warm. But now we're in the end of May. Tomorrow is going to be Memorial Day weekend, which is what these Babylonians. This is what these Babylonians what they do is this marks the first day of summer to these Babylonians. That means, you know, you got a 3-day weekend. You got these Babylonians, they got these 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're able to party and bullshit. And see her in Montana, in Helena, Montana, the weather for the whole weekend is supposed to be beautiful. Like today, it got up to 80. Memorial Day tomorrow is supposed to get up to like 80, 81. So, you know, these heathens and these wicked 2/3 of Israel, they about to bring in their supposedly, but they think that they're going to bring in their summer with a bang. No. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to continue to bring judgment. These gas prices are going to continue to go up and up and up. Food prices are going to keep going up and up and up. People are going to continue to keep keep complaining. They're going to continue to go on social media and TikTok and Instagram saying that they don't have enough money to eat and enough money to survive. But yet these Babylonians, they will still try to attempt to celebrate their summer. Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's getting ready. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be going camping. The weather is nice. You know what I'm saying? But little do they know that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring heavy judgment this Memorial Day weekend. And the Lord always brings judgment. Always. The Lord is going to continue to bring judgment. Every day. We're going to see it on the news. You know what I'm saying? Right after Memorial Day. It's like, look, it's going over here in this state. It's like, you know, people got deleted right here. Memorial Day weekend. That's what we see all the time. You know what I'm saying? Over here in California, Rhode Island, Atlanta, you know, St. Louis, Kansas City, New York, Memphis, all over Babylon. It's going to be nothing but judgment. Nothing but judgment. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the God of Israel, the power and creator of all things that are in the heavens of heavens and the stars and the universe and the depths of the sea and the high mountains, the Lord is done with this place. You know? We about to come into these people. What are these fucking holidays coming up this summer? The 21st of June is gonna be Father's Day. Then you got Juneteenth, that's the 19th. You know, you got Memorial Day right now, and then you got the 4th of July, which marks the 250th anniversary of Babylon America and shit, you know what I'm saying? Things are going to continue to escalate. Things are going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. And this is going to be one of the worst man, the fire season, because see here in Montana, since we didn't have a winter, this fire season is going to be one for the books, one for the record. There's going to be fires everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I've over the past like 3-4 months, I've been talking to these damn Edomites here and say, what do you think the fire season is going to be like? Remember, this was 3-4 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Now we coming into the summer. Now we finna come and we're finna start getting hot and it's finna dry. The Montana has been dry. And now we about to see the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua unleash hell. You know what I'm saying? Fire's gonna be all over the place and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy all over Babylon, America. You know what I'm saying? Fires all over the place. The heat waves are already starting. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna get crazy. This summer is gonna be a really messed up ass summer for you Babylonians. Just like you're gonna try to attempt to celebrate your holidays and shit and go to the beach and shit and party and bullshit. No, it's like this it's gonna be a horrible summer. Even though you wicked ass people gonna still try to attempt to celebrate your fucking summer and holidays and shit, you're gonna be mourning. You're going to be mourning. Man, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring great, heavy judgment. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got these wicked ass people that's gonna try to hook up this summer and shit. I was talking to these two speckled birds today, and it was one woman and it was one dude, but they're both of them speckled bird Israelites, and basically, the Jake was telling the woman, he's like, man, it's hard dating in this era that we in right now. And then the woman was like, yeah, it is. It's like, man, I'm not dating, I'm not doing this. And see, this is the thing. That's why what's going on in Yasharala right now, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is putting it on our spirit to do these lessons, to come to camp and talk about more and more of Isaiah 4:1. Because that's what's happening right now, man. It's like a lot of these women, they're you know, women are done with men are done with women, right? And what are we doing? The men of the Lord, we just sitting back and we just laughing at this shit, because we know that very soon the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring all these women. The Lord has been preserving and reserving, and we pray we part of that number. Okay, the Lord's elect. You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is keep doing this work, continue to keep our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua first, continue to submit ourselves to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to stay humble, to continue to do this work, right? Repent daily, beg the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua for forgiveness and mercy, right? You know, forgiveness of our sins, because the 2/3 of Israel, they ain't gonna repent, you know. And we see that these women, they're getting more and more desperate. Now you got the younger chicks, they still think, because you know they're young, like, and they're like the teens, like 18, 19, coming into their early 20s, 20, 21, 22, 23. You still got them prideful ass women that's because they're young. They think they have options. They got dudes and they DM and they can, you know, do this and do that and play games with dudes and play these games and shit. But it's gonna come to it. But see, even the older women, see, these older women, they ain't got they're when these older women that's in their 30s and their 40s and shit, they're getting very, very desperate. And these younger chicks, they're gonna start getting desperate too. You know? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to continue to strip you women down. Okay? No matter what age you are, right? All you women, you know what I'm saying? But see, we ain't talking about the righteous women. For the righteous women, continue to keep doing what you're doing. Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to put one of his men, his servants, in your path, in your life, right? In these last days. You know? The righteous women, continue to keep doing what you're doing. Being righteous. being faithful, being obedient. And the Lord's going to provide you with one of his servants and one of his elect men, right? But we can feel it. This is what's happening right now. Isaiah 4:1. That spirit of Isaiah 4:1 is coming into fruition. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these women are getting more desperate, right? Not that spirit of them saying I'm strong and I'm independent and I don't need a man. No, now the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is turning the tables. Now they're saying I don't want to do this strong independent woman shit no more. I don't want to be a feminist no more. I don't want to do this. Like, a lot of them are getting so desperate now. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is taking away their teats. He's taking away their vintage. He's stripping these women down. He's making them bare. He's taking away everything. You know what I'm saying? And these women now what they're doing, they're living in their cars now. They can't make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? They're through, right? See, that strong, independent woman, I'm every woman, hear me war. That shit is done with. Okay? Now let's jump into this real quick. I don't want to start I don't want to keep babbling, but I'm gonna title this camp Isaiah 4:1 is coming very soon. And the Lord, that spirit of Isaiah 4:1 is here. We're at the end of Esau's kingdom. We're at the end of his rulership. His women don't want him anymore. All these Edomite women, all these heathen ass women, they're starting to run to Jake more than ever before. They don't want Esau no more. You know, the Edomite man the Edomite man is played out. He's been played out. The only reason Esau, the Edomite man, has been on top all this time, because you know, this is his kingdom, right? His blessing is the sword, right? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua said he would give these Edomites the fatness of the earth, right? But now their kingdom is fallen. Their economy is fallen. Their infrastructure is fallen. Everything is fallen. Their kingdom is done. Esau is the end of this world, the end of this age. The Edomite man is not desired no more. You still got the N-dub and these two-third women are still trying their best to hold on to Esau, thinking that that's the problem, but he's not. He's not. There's nothing in these last days. Ain't nothing special about Esau. No, he's not desirable the way he used to be. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s, in the 80s, in the 70s, the 60s. You know what I'm saying? The 50s. No. We're at the end of his kingdom. He's not desired no more. All these TikTok videos and these videos that even Edomite women, these are Edomite women, they're saying that they don't want to have nothing to do with the Edomite man no more. The Lord, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I have to get this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. Because this is what we're seeing. This is what's happening right now. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And it reads, Deuteronomy 30 and 7. This is what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing right now. To you damn devils, you Edomites, Esau, Edom, Mount Seir, Idumea. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is taking the curses off of us, okay? And he's putting it on you, Esau. It's over with. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It's this. This is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua speaking right here. And it says this. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Esau is the top nation on that list. That's Psalms 8, the 83rd chapter. Okay, we got the list is all our nations, and Esau is the head on top of that list. You know what I'm saying? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is putting all these curses upon our enemies, and that definitely includes Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? We see more and more when I'm at the plantation here in Helena, Montana, Akim, I see these Edomites. They're getting more disgruntled. They're getting more angry, right? And we know that Esau is a very carnal, worldly man, right? There's nothing spiritual about Esau, okay? He wants Jake because he knows deep down inside, there's like, man, these people are rising up. These so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, these people are rising up. Why do I feel this? Esau is saying, why do I feel like I'm coming down at the bottom? They know it's coming. They know it's coming, and they know they ain't shit. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making these people, the nation of Esau, Edom, base. The Lord is bringing them back to that base state. Okay? Esau ain't shit. We'll read it again. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And that's what we're seeing in these last days. These Edomites are showing their natural hatred that they have for Jacob. They're starting to show it now. We know it's gonna be race wars. A race war is inevitable. It's going to happen, and you can see it in these Edomites. You can see it in their continents. You can see it in their spirit that they're ready. They're ready for war. They're ready. Okay. It's the 2/3 of Israel that still try to cleave on to Esau, but they're going to find out very soon that Esau does not. He's going to show you that he hates you, Jake. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening. You know? Here in Helena, Montana, all these Edomites, they get more and more and more disgruntled. Now I want to get Lamentations 21. Lamentations chapter 1. Let me get Lamentations 1. 1. Let's get Lamentations 1. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Let's get Lamentations chapter 1, and I'm going to read verse 21 to 22. Because, see, this is we're at the end of your kingdom, Esau, so live it up. Live it up. You know what I'm saying? This is Lamentations chapter 1, verse 21 to 22. It reads this. Let me see real quick. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me see here. Because see, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to bring heavy judgment upon you devils. Here it is right here. This is Lamentations 4 and 21. Lamentations 4 and 21. And I'm going to read down to 22. Because see, like I said, live it up, Esau. Live it up. You know, this is your last hurrah. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21, it says this: rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. See, we have to drink that cup. The Lord's own people. Okay? If the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua made his own people drink that cup, right? But because we went off and we did all manner of wickedness, the Lord made us drink that cup. So what makes you think, you Esau Edom, you don't think you have to drink that cup? No, you're going to drink it, every drop. Okay? It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is exposing you devils. Everybody knows who Esau Edom now. Everybody knows who Esau Edom is now. Just like everybody knows on the planet who the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are. They know who we are, man. Just like in these last days, the Lord is making it known who his true people are. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is making it known who the Edomites are. Okay? It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. See, the Lord jacked us up. The Lord is telling us, look, I jacked my own people up. Now it's time to bring salvation to my people. And now it's time to take my people, the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. See, the Lord jacked us up. Now our punishment is accomplished. Now the Lord is about to bring salvation to his people and deliver us and take us home. Okay? It It says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Okay? He will no more carry thee away into captivity. See, this is our last captivity. This is our last captivity. This is it. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, all the wickedness you done, all the atrocities, all the rape, rob, murder, the slaughter, what you done, Esau, Edom, to the nation of Israel. You got to pay for all of that. Okay? You're going to drink that cup, and you're going to drink every single drop. Okay? Judgment is upon you, Esau, Edom. All the curses we just read in the Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh is putting all these curses upon you. We got Edomites versus Edomites, right? The Edomite woman don't want the Edomite man no more, right? They're getting more angry. They're getting more depressed. They're getting more stressed out. You're going to see more self-deletions from these Edomites. They can't handle the adversity. They've been on top all this time. They can't handle adversity. Okay? They can't do it like we did it, right? So now, let's get into this Isaiah 4:1, because see, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh had the Spirit jump on me to go into this real quick and do a camp on this, because that's what's going on. That's the Spirit that the Lord got us in right now. You know, Isaiah 4:1 it's coming. Okay? This is Isaiah 4:1. Now, I'm going to read this real quick. I'm going to read Isaiah 4:1. I'm going to read it in King James Version. Then I'm going to read it in the Modern Spelling Tyndale Coverdale translation. Because a lot of these people, there have been many 2/3 Israelites, especially these wicked-ass women, that try to make it seem like this is not talking about an Israelite man will have many. They'll try to say, no, this ain't talking about a man having many wives. No, it is talking about, and it's literal. And we're going to prove it. This is Isaiah 4:1. See, just like we always prove it through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the elders of Apostle Great Millstone, who the Lord set up. This is Isaiah chapter 4:1. It says, and in that day, because that day is fastly approaching, we are coming into those days. But then once all hell break loose and Jacob's trouble and everything, Isaiah 4:1 is going to be in full effect. Okay, we're only seeing we only just seeing little bits and pieces of it right now, but it's going to be in full effect mode very soon. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right? So now let's read this in the Modern Spelling Tyndale Coverdale Bible. It says this. This is the translation of Modern Spelling Tyndale Coverdale Bible translation. It says this. Then shall 7 wives, which means Isaiah 4:1 is we're going to the elect man, the Lord's elect men. We're going to have many women. Many women. Okay? When it says 7, that means just completion. The Lord can bless his men with 7 women, 17 women, 27 women, 37 women, 70 women, right? Modern Spelling Tyndale Coverdale Bible translation, Isaiah 4:1, it says, then shall 7 wives take hold of one man and say, we will lay our meat and nothing together in common, only that we may be called thy wives. See? Wives, that's with an S. Wives, and that this shameful reproof may be taken from us. There's so many women of our nation that are whores, that ride the cock carousel, that have a high body count. You know what I'm saying? They think it's cute. All this wickedness is like the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is preserving virgins for us, but it's going to be even women that is like, look, please, let me be one of your wives. So, you know, just like what it says, to take away that shame. You know what I'm saying? Our women of Israel, not all of them, but the majority of our women of Israel, Yasharallah, they're whores. They're whores. They're out of order. They don't have no type of they don't have no type of they don't have a righteous man leading them, And what does that lead to? That leads to them abusing themselves. I was talking to this speckled bird a week ago, and she said, yeah, when I went out of town and stuff, I did, and the way she was saying it, she knew. She's like, well, I know I fucked up and everything. Well, she was saying it, and she was like, I was partying and bullshitting with my friends. We got fucked up. We did this. We partied. We got a hotel. But then the way she was saying it to me, she felt shameful. It's like, so why you do that if you knew that it wasn't good for you? See how these women abuse themselves? You give these women liberty to gather. Esau has given these women liberty to gather abroad, to do whatever the hell they want to do. They abuse themselves, right? Hey, that's okay though, because Isaiah 4:1 is going. You women are going to have a change of heart, and we already seeing that the effects of that. Now, what I want to do, Isaiah 4:1, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Spirit jump on me to dig deeper into this, because all of us here, all the Akim, we here at Great Millstone, we're diving deep into Isaiah 4:1. Okay, now this is Isaiah 4:1. This is the Voice translation. Isaiah 4:1, the Voice translation. This is what it reads. It says, on that day, 7 women will beg the same man. So it's going to be many women. And we talk about the elect men. It's going to be many women. You women are going to learn how to share. One man. That's what we read right here in Isaiah 4:1. And we're reading out the King James Version Bible. We're reading out the King James Version Bible, and we're going into different translations. Isaiah 4:1, it says the Voice translation says, on that day, 7 women, it could be 7 women, 17 women, 27 women, 37 women, 87 women, right? It says will beg. This is what we're reading out the Bible. It says they will beg. On that day, 7 women will beg the same man. And then it says, women. It says, please. This is the women speaking. It says right here for women. It says, women, please take away our shame. We will support ourselves, eat our own bread, make our own clothes. Just let us be called by your name. It says this, the prophet, which is Isaiah, we're reading this out to Isaiah 4:1. The prophet warns of a time when only a few of God's people will be left. It says the shredded fabric of families will leave the most vulnerable, exposed, and desperate. And we're seeing that right now. We're seeing how a lot of these women, all over Babylon, America, they're getting more desperate. Now they want to start feeling more feminine, and they now it's like see all that bullshit with the feminist movement and all that shit, and I don't need no man. I'm strong and I'm independent. It's like all of that is changing. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is taking that all away. You women are going to realize and understand that you need a man. In these last days, prophecy says this. We're reading prophecy. You will not be able to, you women will not be able to survive on your own. You could try to pull that shit like Ronda Rousey, thinking she's an ultimate fighter and shit, and Wonder Woman and Supergirl and shit, because they got the Supergirl movie coming out. What is it? Is this year? Yeah, it's this year, this summer. They got the Supergirl movie coming out, right? Like all this I am woman, hear me roar and shit. All that shit. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is putting that shit is putting that shit down. Okay. Read it again. This is Isaiah 4:1. It says the prophet warns of a time when only a few of God's people will be left. The shredded fabric of families will leave the most vulnerable, exposed, and desperate. Women who in this ancient Israelite society depend on relationships, men, for social and financial security, will resort to doing whatever they can to survive. beyond the depths of their fathers, brothers, and husbands. Although the framework of their culture will seem to have crumbled, the story will move forward as the God of Israel remembers his own. Who is the Lord's own? His people, the physical Hebrew Israelites. It says, there will always be a remnant of those who follow the Lord, who follows the Lord. Utter despair gives way to hope. It's finna, man, look, it's finna, what the Elder Tahar said, man, we are months away from them implementing the MOTB. They got the infrastructure set up. They got these AI data centers and all fucking building all over the place and shit. You know, it's already set up. Okay. The MOTB is gonna be implemented very soon, and World War III gonna pop out. But before all that happens, we're gonna see more and more famine, scarcity of food, great tribulation, anguish, despair. Right. This is Isaiah 4:1. The New English Translation. It reads, 7 women will grab hold of one man at that time. They will say, we will provide our own food, we will provide our own clothes, but let us belong to you. Take away our shame. See, man, all this pride that you women have right now is still pride there, but it's the Lord. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to take it away. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to. The Lord is humbling you. He's humbling everybody. But the main focus is you women. You women have been running amok, abusing yourself, playing games with men, putting men behind bars, putting false allegations against men. You know, and just like how Esau got to pay, you women have to pay. And like I said, we ain't talking about the righteous when we talk about the wicked women. You wicked women got to pay for all the wickedness you done. You have to. You have to. You're not going to go unpunished. It says Isaiah 4:1 in the footnotes to the New English Translation. In the footnotes, it says this. Isaiah 4:1. In that day, the 7-to-1 ratio emphasizes the great disparity that will exist in the population due to the death of so many men in battle. This is what we're about to see. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to gather all these men together. What they about to do in December? They about to it's already written in stone. They pretty much they basically bringing back the draft. They just getting all the pieces together in December, right? And what's going to happen? A lot of these young men between the ages of 18 and 25, they going over there. They going over there to fight in the Middle East, right? The Lord is going to gather all these men together to go and fight in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? And we just read that. I'm gonna read it in the footnotes again. All these men, they ain't coming back. They gonna die in the wars, right? Right? And just like what we just read in the beginning of the camp, there are going to be so few men left that these women are going to be fighting, begging. They're going to be fighting each other. They're going to be fighting and begging the men of the Lord. Please take us. Please. Hey, man. I'm telling you, it's finna happen. Let me read it again. In the footnotes, Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day, the 7-to-1 ratio emphasizes the great disparity that will exist in the population due to the death of so many men in battle. Isaiah 4:1, New American Bible translation. It reads, 7 women will take hold of one man on that day, saying, we will eat our own food and wear our own clothing. Only let your name be given us and put an end to our disgrace. In the footnotes, okay, this is in a New English translation, in the footnotes to Isaiah 4:1, it says 7 women, 1 man. And that right there also shows that it ain't gonna just be 7 women. That just means it could be 7 women, it could be 27 women, it could be 57 women, it could be 87 women, it could be 107 women. 7 just means completion. It says it right here in the footnotes to Isaiah 4:1, and it says it right here in the New American Bible Translation. In the footnotes, it says 7 women, 1 man. And that 1 man, that's the elect man. Okay? One of the Lord's elect men. One of Yahweh Shem Shai's elect men. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. In the footnote, 7 women, 1 man, it says, would result in a disproportion of the sexes and leave the female population without enough male partners. The women are willing. That shows you, man, this is literal. All these wicked ass, false ass people that try to twist the scriptures and everything like this. See, that's why we here at Great Millstone, we go into the rooter, into the tutor. We're telling you what's going to happen. We're the prophets. Okay? We're the real prophets that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai set up. We've been coming out here week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? Winter, spring, summer, and fall. We've been coming out here. We've been telling y'all that this is what's going to happen. Man, I got to read that one again. This is Isaiah 4:1, New American Bible Translation, in the footnotes. It says 7 women, 1 man. It says will result in a disproportion of the sexes and leave the female population without enough male partners. The women are willing. You women gonna be willing and able. It says the women are willing to marry, not for support, but to avoid disgrace. Call Halom Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Rakakwadash Hallelujah. Now let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to Apocrypha. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Rakatha Yahweh Shai. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse. Let's see, 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse. 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 30. Let's read verse 32 to 34 in the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra, because remember we just read it in a different translation where they said like there will be so few men left, right? Because they would be dying in the wars and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to get the precepts in the Apocrypha. It says it's the same thing because the Apocrypha is part of the scriptures, and we're gonna read just like what we read in Isaiah 4:1. We're gonna read it. Why it's gonna be these women cleaving to a man and they're gonna be begging a man and you know what I'm saying? Why? Because we're about to read it right here in 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 32 to 34. It says this: and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways, because no man shall travel therethrough. It says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, just like what we read in a different translation in the footnotes to Isaiah 4:1. We read it about 3 translations in the footnotes. They said the exact same thing what we reading right here in the Apocrypha in 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 33, it says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Let me read this real quick out the footnotes again to Isaiah 4:1. It says, in the New American Bible Translation, it says 7 women will take hold of 1 man on that day, saying we will eat our own food and wear our own clothing. Only let your name be given to us. Put an end to our disgrace. In the footnotes, it says 7 women, 1 man. It says will result in a disproportion of the sexes and leave the female population without enough male partners. We just read it out of 2nd Ezra. It says the women are willing to marry not for support but to avoid disgrace. Now the Lord Yahweh Shema had the Spirit jump on me to do this also, Akim. I know a lot of us, Akim, have been doing this. So what I did was I Googled Apocrypha. I Googled Apocrypha. It says the husbands will die in war. That's what I Googled. I Googled Apocrypha. The husbands will die in war. And this is what came up. I'm going to read it. It says the context. Scroll down to where it says the context of the verse. It says this passage is part of a prophetic vision, prophecy. You go into these wacky-tacky Christian churches, they ain't going into prophecy. They'll talk about John 3:16 and Galatians 3:28. There's neither Jew nor Greek. God loves everybody, and Jesus Christ is coming back to save everybody, and that's it, which is a lie. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Shema is coming to save his people, and within his people is going to be the elect, the 144,000 men of Yasharallah, and the 1/3 men, women, and children of Yasharallah. Okay? Salvation is for Israel, Yasharallah. That's Isaiah 45:17. Okay? Now it says, this passage is part of a prophetic vision given to the prophet Ezra, detailing the beginning of sorrows. It says at the end of the age, devastation of war. It says the verses describe a time when the earth is laid waste by a sword. It specifies that unmarried bridegrooms, parentheses, young men of marrying age, it says will be destroyed in war. And this is a prophecy, we just read it. It says resulting mourning. It says because of this total decimation of the male population, the women will be left completely desolate. The virgins will mourn, having no one to marry, and the wives will mourn because they have lost their husbands. Let's go back to Isaiah, and we're gonna read verse 13. Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai. Let's go back to Isaiah. Because see, we here at Great Millstone through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, and the elders apostles of Great Millstone, the Lord set up, we go deep into the scriptures and we break it down the right way. Isaiah chapter 13. And I'm gonna start at I'm gonna read verse 12. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12, and it reads, and this is the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai speaking. It says this: I will make a man more precious than fine gold. It makes sense now. We just read Isaiah 4:1. We went into different translations. We went into the footnotes. We broke it down. We Googled it. This is why the elect men, the Lord's elect men, is going to be so precious. Okay? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay? I'm going to read verse 13 too. It says this, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall move out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shema shall host, and in that day of his fierce anger. Right here by verse 13, it says the destructive day of the Lord. Right? And what is this talking about? But in verse 13, it says that I will shake the heavens and the earth. It's the ICBM nuclear missiles, right? It's going to cause major destruction. Okay? But back to this one, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Man, the elect man is going to be precious. Right? See, you wicked ass women think that you don't need a man now and you could just continue to do all this wickedness and this folly and talk all this shit. Man, those days are coming to an end, man. We telling you this is what's gonna happen. This is Isaiah chapter 13, right? Because the title reads, Isaiah chapter 13 is the title reads, God's message to Babylon, because the Lord is going to destroy Babylon, America. This is Babylon, America, and we got many lessons to prove that this is Babylon. This is Babylon. This is Babylon, America. Okay. It says by verse 9. I'm going to read verse 9 too. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 9. The title reads, God's judgment against Babylon. Now, this ain't talking about the this is what Babylon this talking about, because for the simple fact that the old Babylon was already destroyed. Okay, so what Babylon is this talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it reads right here, Isaiah chapter 13, by verse 9. The title reads, God's message to Babylon. Okay, now verse 9. I'm gonna actually read verse 9 right here. It says, Behold, the days of the Lord Yahweh Shemel cometh cruel, both with wrath and with fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. The Lord Yahweh Shemel is going to destroy this place with ICBM nuclear missile fire. Okay? Now let's go to because we read Isaiah chapter 13. The title reads God's message to Babylon. It said, and by verse 9 it says, the title reads God's judgment against Babylon. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9 to 16. But what I want to do is I want to read it in the ERV. I got this one right here, Akim. I got the Bible in the easy to read version. And this translation go hard. So let me read this real quick in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9 to 16. Okay? Isaiah chapter 13. And it says it right here in the ERV, God's message to Babylon. This is a prophecy. Okay? And then by verse 9, the title reads God's judgment against Babylon. So I'm going to read Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9 down to 16 in the ERV, and it reads, it says, Look, the Lord's special day is coming. It will be a terrible day. God will be very angry. He will destroy this country and wipe out the sinful people who live there. The skies will be dark. The sun, the moon, and the stars will not shine. It says, the Lord says, I will cause bad things to happen to the world. Okay? It says, I will punish the evil people for their sin. I will make proud people. See, that's why I said in the beginning of the camp. Oh, you got these proud ass people. Right now, they're getting ready to set, they're already doing it right now. They're going out camping and celebrating Memorial Day weekend. Very prideful. They barbecuing this shit. Trying to bring in the summer with a bang and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be celebrating their fucking pagan-ass holidays and shit. Jake going to be, 2/3 of our people going to be celebrating with Esau, Edom and shit. You know? Pride. They're very prideful. What's coming up July 4th? The 250th anniversary of Babylon, America. Okay? You know these Edomites going to be very prideful too. It says, verse 11, it says, the Lord says, I will cause bad things to happen to the world. I will punish the evil people for their sin. I will make proud people lose their pride. It says, I will stop the bragging of cruel people. There will be only a few people left. They will be as rare as pure gold. In my anger, I will shake the sky, and the earth will be moved from its place. It says that will happen on the day the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, all powerful, shows his anger, then the people from Babylon will run away like wounded deer or sheep that have no shepherd. Everyone will turn and run back to their own country, and anyone caught by the enemy will be killed with a sword. Everything in their houses will be stolen. Their wives will be raped. We're reading this out the Bible. I'm reading this out the Bible. And their little children will be beaten to death while they watch. See, we don't sugarcoat nothing here. And we here at Great Millstone, we don't sugarcoat nothing. We're going to give it to you raw. We're telling you what's going to happen in the near future. Prophecy says this is what's going to happen. It's going to happen. And we're seeing things escalating and heating up, and the Lord is stirring up the pot. Okay? Now let's read Isaiah 32. Let's read Isaiah 32 and 2. Okay? Now this is one of my favorite Isaiah 4 and 1 and Isaiah 32. Let's read Isaiah 32. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. This is Isaiah 32. Okay? Now this is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse. Man, we're going to read Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. Then we're going to jump down to verse 9. Because just like what we read in Isaiah 13, when the Lord said he will make a man more precious than fine gold, right here in Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2, it says, and a man shall be in hiding place from the wind, and a covert. You look into that word covert, it means shelter. Okay? A man shall be well, we're just going to keep reading. It says, and a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Okay? The elect men. We're gonna be that shelter. Okay? Women, they're gonna be so desperate. When they see a man of the Lord, they be like, man, please help me, protect me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be one of your women. You know? Read it again. And a man, Isaiah 32 and 2, and a man shall be in hiding place from the wind. There's going to be so much destruction and so much chaos going on, and terror and evil and only evil. It's like, man, a righteous elect man of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's going to be that protection that woman needs. The shelter, that covert, you know what I'm saying? It says, and a man shall be in hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a rock, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Jumping down to verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. See, all you women are at ease right now. Okay? It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, and you women are troubled now. That's all we see on social media right now. These women complaining. Because why? Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has taken away their comfort. He's taken away their deliciousness. He's taken away their ease. Right? And now these women are panicking. And we know when you take away a woman's comfort and her ease and her serenity and her ease, they start to lose. They start to panic and like, they lose it. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail. The vintage is failing now. The Lord is stripping you down. He's taking away everything. You know what I'm saying? The cell phones, the Starbucks frappuccinos and cappuccinos and shit. The high heels, the money and shit. Your precious little comfortable bed that you can sit in and lay down in when you're watching Netflix and shit. Your ice cream and shit. The Lord's taking all that away. It says, the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. It says, verse 11. We reading this out the Bible, the King James Version Bible, Isaiah chapter 32, verse 11. Tremble, ye women, that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. We telling you, and all you wicked ass people, the time that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Lord is visiting this place. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to continue to bring judgment, punishments, destruction, evil and only evil, great deletions, right? Let's read by verse 9, when it says, rise up, ye women, Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9, in the easy to read version translation, the title reads, hard times are coming, and we're seeing it. We're in those days where it's nothing but just hard times. The Lord said it, hard times are coming, and we're in those days now. It's hard right now. You know what I'm saying? All these people are complaining on they can't make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? They think they can't pay bills, and if they do pay bills, they got to decide which bills they're gonna pay. So if I pay this bill, then I won't be able to eat for tomorrow. But if I just get me something to eat for tomorrow, then that bill is I'm fucked on that one too. If I pay this bill, I can't pay that bill. Then if I pay this bill, I can't pay that bill. But then if I pay these two bills, I can't eat. Right? It's only just gonna get worse and worse and worse. This is Luke chapter 23. Now let's read it in the New Testament. Luke chapter 23. Let's read Luke 23. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Luke 23 and verse 26. Luke 23 and 26. And I'm going to read right down to verse 31. It reads this. It says, and now the title right here by verse 26 is the crucifixion. Okay? It says, and as they led him away, they laid hold upon one Simon, a Cyrenian, coming out of the country, and on him they laid the cross, that he might bear it after Yahushai. And then it says, and there followed him a great company of people and of women, which are bewailed, which also bewailed and lamented him. Verse 28, but Yahushai turning unto them said, daughters of Jerusalem, which means when it says right here, verse 27, it says, and there followed him a great company of people, those people were all Israelites. Because then if it wasn't, why did Yahushua say right here in verse 28, it says, daughters of Jerusalem? He could have said, daughters of Jerusalem and all you other women of the other nations too. He didn't say that. He was talking to his people. It says, and there followed him, this verse 27 says, there followed him a great company of people, right, which were Israelite people, and of women, which were Israelite women, which also bewailed and lamented him. Verse 28, but Yahushua turning unto them said, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. Verse 29, for behold, the days are coming, and that which they shall say, blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bare, and the paps which never gave suck. Verse 30, then shall they begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us. Verse 31, for if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry? See, everything right now in the green tree, you got everything. You can go to the store, you can buy the food and everything. Everything is still green and blossomy. You can go and walk, you can go to the car, and get in the car and drive to the store. You could do anything. You can get your soap, you can go and take a shower, you can do all that. But it's going to come a time where all that's going to be done away with. You know, that's what's going to happen. This is, that's what the Yahushua said it. He said, don't weep for me, weep for yourselves. And he was speaking to these Israelite women, the daughters of Jerusalem. He said, the days are coming. See, Yahushua was telling them even back then, the days are coming, man. Look, don't weep for me. Weep for yourselves. Let's read Matthew 24 and 19. Matthew 24 This is Matthew 24 and 19. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Now, in Matthew 24, by verse 15, in Matthew 24, by verse 15, in the J.B. Phillips New Testament translation, the title reads, Yahweh Shai prophesies a future of suffering. See? Yahweh Shai prophesied this thousands of years, he prophesied this thousands of years ago. Okay? And it's just gonna get worse. We're in those times now. This is Yahweh Shai prophesied this 2,000 years ago. This is Matthew 24 and verse 15. This is Matthew 24 and verse 15. It says Matthew 24 and verse 14. And it reads, no, Matthew 24 and 19. Matter of fact, let me read this real quick. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna read Matthew chapter 24, verse 19 to verse 22. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking in the red. It says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Just like what we read in Luke chapter 23, verse 26 to 31, when Yahweh Shai said, don't weep for me, weep for yourselves. It's like, to these women that are giving birth in these last days and having children and bearing children, right? You know, that's not good in these last days. To have you to be having children and stuff, you know, because we at the end of this thing, it's like, it's gonna get bad. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 19. It says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. It says, verse 20, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, right? Verse 21, it says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, right? It says, verse 22, it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, right? The Lord's talking about his elect. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Let's get a precept right there. Who is the Lord's elect? Isaiah 65 and 9. Real quick. This is Isaiah 65 and 9. Isaiah 65 and 9. It reads, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob. Let's talk about Jacob, right? Israel, Yasharallah. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And the NLT, the ISV, the title, it says, I'm going to read it. It says, Isaiah 65 and 9, it says, I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect. See, this is what's talking about the elect. When we just read right here in Matthew 24 and verse 22, it says, and except those days be shortened, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Who is the Lord's elect? We just read it right here, Isaiah 65 and 9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Okay? ISV International Standard Version, it reads, my chosen people. Who is the Lord's chosen people? Israel, Yasharallah. We just read it right here. Jacob, Judah, all 12 tribes, Israel, Yasharallah. Okay? Let's read it one more time. In Matthew 24, verse 22, it says, Matter of fact, I'm read verse 19, then read verse 22 again. It says this: and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Is not good. It's not good to be having children in these last days, right? Because we're at the end of this kingdom. You know, these people be having they're having kids and bearing children, but we're at the end of this kingdom. You ain't gonna have time to raise these kids and have them grow up, and then 18 years later they're gonna be graduating. Us like we ain't got 18 years left. We ain't got 5 years left. We ain't got 3 years left. This kingdom is done. It says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, right? It says, and then I'm gonna read verse 22 again. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay? This place is done, right? We Isaiah 4:1 is the spirit of Isaiah 4:1 is coming up. It's in the earth right now. We're gonna see people bugging out more. Okay? We're gonna be seeing people getting more desperate. We're gonna be seeing women getting more desperate, right? It's gonna be crazy. It's just gonna be all chaos the whole summer. Okay? You know, so let's keep pushing, Akim. You know, we can feel it. We almost out of here, man. It's on and popping. Okay, so I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and the righteous men, the great Millstone, who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. Let's stay strong, Akim. Let's keep enduring, and then let's keep preaching this gospel, right? Salvation is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.